So now that I've proposed why I believe that an Arthurian dating simulator would work well in terms of marketability, I want to focus on some in-game elements that I think would be beneficial for what I'm trying to do here. So something that you already do with Stardew Valley is the heart events, and that's something that I would like to implement with this game, and that I think would help change the course of the game as you progress. So, um, with the different characters that you can romance, there are different heart events that come up as you begin to romance them. And so something that already occurs with Stardew Valley is that you get little cutscenes that impact your relationship with the characters. But what I want to do is kind of take that a step further, and I want it to actually impact the status of the game. So, for example, one of the things that I think would be crucial is if you choose to romance Guinevere by the eight heart event. I think that finding her cheating on you with Lancelot would be something that could change the course of the game. Since you're going to be taking on kind of Arthur's role as your playable character. So by finding Lancelot cheating, it'll impact the game in a couple ways, where you can either choose to continue a relationship with her, or you can choose to leave her. And if you choose to leave her, I think that that would impact Camelot itself, since in the original Arthurian tales, when King Arthur finds out that Lancelot is having an affair with his wife, it kind of causes the downfall of Camelot, it causes the downfall of the Knights of the Round Table, and it causes Arthur's death. So I think that by implementing something like that, where it'll slowly cause the kingdom to deteriorate. I think more monsters would spawn. I think that you would lose hearts with a lot of NPCs. And I think that by having different events like that, causing real world consequences, would be something important, since every character interaction tends to impact the way that Camelot operates. And so that's something that I really wanted to pull in and add to this game. And so it wouldn't just be with Guinevere. I think that with Lancelot, he has to choose how he wants to proceed. I think that similarly, like if you pursue Lancelot, he would have a similar heart event. However, I think that the outcome would be slightly different. Where if you didn't choose him, he would then pursue Guinevere. And then that similarly would have downfalls in the kingdom. I think with Mordred, once you reach the eight heart event with him, something I wanted to implement was that he has the choice to confront Arthur about being a bad father, and it'll either result with him um, being killing King Arthur, which would cause him to usurp the throne, or he can choose to forgive his father, and then that would have similar different impacts on the kingdom. But I just really wanted to implement these ideas of here are the ways that your relationship with the character impacts the kingdom, and sort of starts to play out some real world events that happen in Arthurian literature, but you have the choice to change how they actually end up affecting the kingdom and affecting these characters. Something else that I wanted to focus on were the combat options. So in the original game, Stardew Valley, you can also choose to level up your combat. And since Arthurian literature is very combat heavy. It focuses on the knights and it focuses on all these adventures that they have to do. I really want to lean into the combat options. And so I think that you, instead of having different options such as here's how to level up your farming, here's how to level up your adventure, you would have options to really focus on the romance portion, where you can choose to level up your romantic abilities. Like you would be able to give people gifts more often. You would be able to pursue more dates with them, and then that would cause level ups for your character that would allow them to romance these characters better. But similarly, the combat would be the primary role, and I think it would be organized based on what type of fighter you wanted to choose. So if you wanted to be an archer, or if you wanted to be a swordsman, or if you wanted to be a rogue or something like that. I think that would be how the combat options would instead work with that. Since I also wanted to lean into the fact that Arthurian stories tend to be very fighting heavy, and it focuses on how powerful these warriors are, and you would be able to bring your romanceable partner with you to fight. And I think that all of the characters, Morgana would be magic, so would Merlin, and so I think they would be wizards and clerics, and Arthur. Arthur, I think, would be a human fighter. Lancelot would be a paladin. Like I think they would each have their different roles for if they came with you. But I think that with Guinevere, I wanted to change something since she isn't as dynamic. I think that something I want to implement with her is that she would choose to not fight with you, and instead would advocate for you to actually let go of fighting, and try to make Camelot more peaceful, because I want to lean into the different character archetypes as well, since they all seem to fit into these categories where I think Merlin and Morgana would want magic to come back to the kingdom. I think Arthur would struggle as a leader to figure out what he wants to do to protect the kingdom. So I just really want to lean into these combat options, and then similarly community upgrades. um, as you progress, you can do certain things to make your kingdom better and operate safely. And you can choose if you want to keep magic in the kingdom or if you want to get rid of it. Like, I just want to lean into these elements that are already existing, um, and just have it be that your character impacts the way that Camelot operates. But yeah, so that's my presentation. I hope that you choose to develop the game with us. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.